Hello everyone, you're on Polystitch English channel. Today we're sewing something that really reminds me of the time when I was a child. Tell me please, did you have any favorite toys during your childhood? Well, some of you might remember this toy made of a wooden stick and a nail driven into it, with a piece of paper with curled edges attached to it, and this pinwheel was spinning merrily in the wind. That was the kind of toy I was thinking about while sewing this project. Some say it's a difficult childhood. Paper toys nailed to wooden sticks. Well, let's play with that then. I had the remnants of a cut scraps of gray fabric. I cut out 25 squares measuring 10 by 10 centimeters. This is a gray fabric for suits. Some pieces are quite stretchy. I also have some beautiful bright fabrics, but they are very thin. It is very difficult to work only with them. They are compatible in our project. We compensate for the disadvantages of one fabric with the advantages of another. All fabrics are ironable. A mini ironing board will help us with this. I made mine from a cotton board. As a child, instead of a computer and the internet, I had a Soviet childhood. You had got to be creative to have fun. Cut the colored fabrics into squares measuring 7.5 by 7.5 centimeters. Note the direction of the lengthwise thread. Where it is possible, we cut out large squares measuring 15 by 15 centimeters. Then I will cut them into 4 parts. After we have prepared all the details, we will make a preliminary layout. Let's estimate how the gray squares and colored spots will lie. It all depends on your imagination. The pieces can be arranged in any order, or they can be lined up. Let me explain the further work. The spinners will be located at the intersections of the lines. To do this, it is necessary that on all gray squares, the colored parts must be placed in these corners. In order not to get confused in the pattern, you can immediately stab them with pins. It is very convenient that I assembled all the details on a removable tabletop, which I made from pieces of some laminate. And now I'm showing you how to form the petals. Bend the colored square diagonally and fix the corner. Pull up the fabric and hold the top edge. We straighten and we lay the line close to the cut. When we got to the corner of the detail, we unfold it. We straighten the free corner and make a fold, holding it with a ripper while sewing. The fabrics are thin and knotty, therefore we act very carefully and slowly. If you're not a very experienced seamstress, then all the work of sewing on colored pieces is best done with your hands, with a needle and a thread. Please note that in the corner squares there is one color corner. The side squares have 2 colored corners, and all 4 are located in the center. Place the folds in one direction, and it is necessary to sheath the squares clockwise, so the pattern gradually begins to take shape. The work requires slowness and attention. Of course, you can make all the spinners of the same color. This will make it easier to navigate and not get confused. Now we will sew the prepared blocks into a large canvas. I sew in vertical rows. We fold the detail face to face and lay a connecting line. Pay attention. When we sew on colored parts, the line is laid 5 centimeters from the edge, and the connecting line will be 7 millimeters. We do not break the threads, we collect all the details as a garland. The entire fabric is held on to the connecting threads. It remains only to iron everything well so that the seams lie evenly. When you work with an iron, remember that our fabrics are light and fusible. After ironing, we will make horizontal seams. Note the direction of the seams in the joints. They should be facing different directions. And it's very good that we used thin, airy fabrics. After all, there are a lot of layers. And this is how the finished block looks like. The spinners are voluminous and very beautiful. The fabric shines and shimmers. It really looks like a spinner toy. I hope you've enjoyed the masterclass and support me with the likes and comments. Have a wonderful day and see you in the next video.